So good day. Today we're going to be doing packet tracer activity entitled Design and Implement a VLSM Addressing Scheme. So objectives, in this lab, you will design a VLSM addressing scheme given a network address and host requirements. You will configure addressing on routers, switches, and network hosts. Design a VLSM IP addressing scheme given requirements. Configure addressing on network devices and hosts. Verify IP connectivity, and troubleshoot connectivity issues as required. So instructions, you have been given a network address of 172.19.67.0/24 by your customer. The host address requirements are, so there are host requirements. So for ES1, there is a number of address required is 19, ES2 23, WS1 is 19, and WS2 is 7. So let's start here with the given network topology. So we were given a network topology with networking devices. There are 2 routers, 4 switches, and 4 computers. So let's start by highlighting each network so it will be easier to see. So select color. Then let's begin with ES1. So this is ES1. This is ES2. Then this is WS1. Then WS2. So let's begin with our tables. So again, ES1 19, ES2 23, WS1 11, and WS2 7. So let's begin here. So let's start with the network with the highest required host. So that is ES2. ES2, then with 23 number of hosts needed. Then ES1 with 19. Then WS1 with 11. Then WS2 with 7. Then we will also include this one. Let's also highlight the one link. So that is 2. So that is 2. There. Then let's begin with our the given IP address. So 172.19.67.0. So to get the first usable IP address, we'll just add 1, which is the network next to the given IP address, that 19.67.1. Then to get the subnet mask, let's use the number of hosts needed. Since 23 will fit 30, we will use the subnet mask. Let's use the subnet mask. Then to get the broadcast address, we'll just need 32 addresses starting from 0. So that is 172.19.67. That's 31. 172.19.67.31. Then to get the last usable host address, we'll just subtract 1 from the broadcast address. So that will be 30. The next is we'll use the next address after this. So that will be 32. Then again, first usable address will be 33. Then to get the subnet mask, 19 will also fit in 30. So we'll use the same subnet mask. Then from 32, we'll also need 32 addresses. So that's 32. That will be 63. So 172.63. Then last usable address will be 64. Then that will be 62. Then let's use the next address after 63, which is 64. Then the first usable address will be 65. Then 11 hosts needed. So let's check if it will fit at 14. So we'll use this. Let's use this subnet mask. Then to get the broadcast address, we'll need 16 hosts starting from 64. So 64 plus, that will be 79. Then the last usable address will be 78. Then we'll use 80 as our next IP address. 80. Then first usable will be 81. 192.168.67.81. Then 7 will fit also here, 240. So we'll use this subnet mask. Then to get the broadcast address, we'll need 16 addresses starting from 80. So 80 plus, that's 95. That's 95. 95. Then 94 will be the last usable address. 94. Then we'll use 96 as the next IP address. Then 96. Then the first usable will be 97. Then from 2, we'll use the IP address here /30. I will use the subnet mask. Then from that, from 96, we need 4 addresses. So 96, including 96 plus 1, that will be 99. That will be 99. And then since there is only there are only two usable addresses, the last usable will be 98. So let's now begin with our addressing table. So is G0/0. So let's read first the instructions. So you will configure addressing on all devices and hosts in the network. Assign the first usable IP address in the appropriate subnets to east for the 2 LAN links and 1 link. Assign the first usable IP address in the appropriate subnets to the west for the 2 LAN links. Assign the last usable IP address for the 1 link. So let's do that. So let's start with G0/0 of east. So that is connected to here from ES1. So we'll use its first usable IP address of ES1. So this is the first usable IP address of east, and let's use its subnet mask. Subnet mask. Then next, G0/01 of east is here, so it's connected to ES2. So ES2 is here, so we'll use its first usable IP address. Then the subnet mask. Then for the serial 0/0/0, that is the 1 link. So let's use the first usable IP address of that. So that's 97. Then copy the subnet mask. Then for the west router, let's start with the G0/0. So actually it's not visible, but this is it's connected to WS1. Okay, WS1 first usable IP address is this one. Then the subnet mask. Okay, so G0/1. So there are it's connected to WS2. WS2 first usable. Then the subnet mask. So this G0/0, since 172.192.67 is already in use, we'll use the last usable IP address, which is 98. Then the subnet mask. So let's now begin with the VLANs. So let's read again. So assign the second usable IP address of appropriate subnets to the switches. So the second usable IP, so ES1 is connected to 0/0, so we'll use its second usable 34. Then we'll use the same subnet mask since it's connected to 0/0 east. So 62. Then 65. And we'll get the second usable of 66. Then WS2, double check WS2. It's connected to 0/1, so we'll use that. then use the second usable 82. So 81, 66, we'll use this subnet mask, then 82, 66, 66 will be 240, that's correct, then 82. Then for the default gateway of ES1, so ES1 is connected to um, G0/0, so we'll use this as its default gateway. Then for ES2, it's connected to 0/1, so we'll use this as its default gateway. Then this one for WS1, then this one for WS2. Now let's now begin with our computers. So let's read again the instructions. So assign the last usable IP addresses in the appropriate subnets to the host. So the E122 is connected to ES1. E122 is connected to ES1, so we'll use the last usable IP address of that. Then the subnet mask. ES1, then default gateway of ES1 at E122 connected to 0/0, so this will be its default gateway. Then E247 is connected to ES2, so let's use the last usable IP address of ES2. Then 255, then you will use the subnet mask. Then default gateway connected to 0/1, this will be its default gateway. Then W1201 connected to WS1, so let's use the last usable IP address. Then the subnet mask. Then the default gateway, and next is the W287 connected to WS2, so last usable. Then the subnet mask. Then the default gateway will be 81. And there, we're done with our addressing table. Let's try now to configure the networking devices. So we'll begin with East and with its router. So enter enable, configure terminal, interface gigabit 0/0. Then there is really an incorrect. So let's try that again. So there seems to be a misunderstanding here. So I believe that this two, ES1 should be still on the top and ES2 is still here. So this should be interchanged. So that's the only thing that we will change. Since let's check. So this will be 23. This will be 23. Then this one, let's change it up. Then these two. Then this will be 2. This will be 34. 234. Then 62. 62. 30. 22 will be 30. 30 then 62. 30 then 62. 70, 24. So this will be 1. 33. Then 1. 33. 65, 81. 240, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. Okay, 133, 97, 65, 81, 98, 234, 66, 82, 62, 78, 94. Then 1, 2, 1, 2, 24, 47. I think that's not correct, so let's try to configure. So enable. So let's start to configure again. Enable, enter. Enable, enter. Enable, enter. Then configure terminal. Configure terminal, tab. Then interface gigabit. Interface gigabit Ethernet. Interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Then IP address. IP address should be this one. So we are now done with the activity. As you can see here, it's 100% completion, and let's check the results. So everything is correct. So let's test the computer if they will communicate to each other. So let's try to ping using the command prompt. So ping each computer. So let's start with E122. E122 is this ping. So there's a connection. Then let's try to ping W1201. So they're also communicating. Then also let's try to ping W287. So it's also working. So let's try to ping from a different computer. So let's start with W1201 command prompt. So let's ping E122. E122. So it's also working. E122 47. Let's try to ping another computer. There. So there is a communication between the two. So lastly, W287. So it's also working. So there, we're done with the activity. Thank you for watching. Um, that is all. That is all for this video.